not this week, but I told her like about Thursday, Friday, and
You like John
I gotta go grab a Cedar to get for the carryouts.
Yeah, because he's got his binder. Sort of naturally blessings. So.
How weird. What is this?
This is what I don't feel good about. There's a couple of my old friends. Do you feel good about this one? That's the new one. Sometimes
Oh.
there's some reason. Last night I was having trouble with it. I didn't write to write in. I didn't write in that that's an
Yeah, I know.
You know what it's acting like? It's acting like I'm not the one. Even though I started it from my own thing. Weird. Okay.
You know what? Trader Joe's is cheap.
I love
I think this is the only one that's totally new. We've done this one before, but maybe not for a while.
I bet you can.
I can do it.
No.
If I can do it, you can do it. With any ability.
She also plays, but she didn't put it with her. It's possible.
If you want
Shabbat Shalom. Was it this light last time? No, I don't think so. We changed the clocks, right? It's weird. Oh, I love that. It's been a while since we sang that. Those are the words God tells Moses when God is convincing Moses to go back and lead the Israelites. And Moses wants to see God, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. And God says, I will be what I will be. Ehyeh asher ehyeh. I am that I am. There's a bunch of different English translations of it. But I was thinking about how we are coming to Pesach this year, to Passover this year, very different than in years past. That whatever the experience of the past 6-7 months has been, it's been a very personal one. Each of us has been displaced in different ways, has been disturbed in different ways. We've all been disturbed. That unifies us. But exactly how, where we were pushed, who we've interacted with that have challenged us, that's all been unique. The other day last Thursday we hosted, not yesterday, a week ago already, we hosted Survivors of the Nova Music Festival. And it was a very powerful event. And as I stood in front of everybody with prepared remarks, I also was overcome by the fact that everyone in this room has some opinion about something that disagrees with everyone else in this room. I said there are more opinions in this room than there are people. And that's partly because of how displacing this past year has been. Trying to figure out where we stand, where those that we thought we knew stood, they've moved, we've moved. There have been horrible traumas that we haven't been able to fully understand. We still can't understand. The war is still going on. Bombs are still happening. And what I want to say that I said the other night is, especially around Pesach, as we come to, what is the Jewish Thanksgiving table, Thanksgiving gets a big deal made about like being with your uncle that you disagree with. But Passover is really the same for us. We come to a table with a lot of people with a lot of different opinions, some of which we really disagree with. But as I said on last Thursday, I'm just so grateful that you're here. I'm at a kind of foundational level. Like, I don't even care that we disagree about certain things. That's not really the point. The point is that we're here together, coming together in a moment of meaning, a moment of importance. And so when we sing, Ehyeh asher ehyeh, I will be what I will be, yeah, that's what God tells Moses, but it's also what we should grant each other. I will be what I will be. It's usually easy to grant yourself grace. It's much harder to grant those at your Passover table, your Thanksgiving table, the same grace that you grant yourself. So yes, we are all changed by the events of this year. This Passover is going to feel different, and the story is going to feel different. It's going to hit in different ways, and a lot of us are going to feel like it punches us in the face. And that's okay. It's actually one of the reasons we do the holiday to begin with, because we need the reminder. Maybe this year we don't need the reminder, but we need to understand how it ties into our story as Jews. But what I would ask of all of you is that the grace you seek from others to the patience of where you are right now. Some of you are probably still very confused. I know I am. Still trying to find my way. I thought I knew where all you people stood. Now I'm only 3 years in. And now all of you have moved. And I don't even know where I stand now. And who I want to learn from, and what sources I can read and trust, and it's so confusing. And so we need to come into this holiday, a holiday of redemption, a holiday in which Jews are granted peace and freedom from captivity. We're coming to it with 133 Jews still in captivity. We're coming to it with a country still having rockets fired upon it, and Israel is still dropping bombs in Gaza. Right? And Iran, and Lebanon, and Syria. There's so much war that this holiday gives us an opportunity to think about what redemption might look like. What could the world look like redeemed? What might it look like if all are free from captivity? And the story of the Israelites doesn't end after they get to the other side of the Red Sea. They go through this horrible trauma, hundreds of years of slavery and captivity, and it takes them 40 years to really get where they are going, the promised land. That trauma doesn't erase overnight, and we're only 7 months in. So this year, we will be what we will be. But I hope you will grant the same grace to the people around your table, the people in your lives, that they will be what they will be. We are all trying to make sense of this crazy situation, and Passover gives us a moment to come together. And really the blessing is coming together, is being together. And I hope we can all focus on that, focus on loving the people around that table, and celebrating a holiday in which we get to dream about what a redeemed world looks like. So, part of that celebration, we're going to get a taste of right now, because we're going to start celebrating Jaden, our bar mitzvah this Shabbat. I'm going to invite he and his family up. We're going to light candles, and Jaden's going to lead us in Kiddush before he leads us tomorrow in Shabbat worship. So come on up, Arievs. As many of you as you want. Grandparents, you want to come too? Great, come on up. You look good. You get dressed up for this? All right. So you're going to go second. Your mom's going to go first. Don't worry. It's not hard. Not hard. I promise.
When you say put me on the spot.
Just a little English. Just this top paragraph.
Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Is
that really gonna work?
It's always an adventure. Lighting a candle. It's a bread.
Look there.
There we go. All right.
That's going.
Ready,
Yeah.
Ethan? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel my friend, in your very own Jaden class.
That's nice.
You want to get the Hebrew, or you just got to memorize? Like I appreciate it, but you know. This one, yeah.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
borei b'riatafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinilanu zikaron le'maaseh bereishit ki hu yom tehilah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu b'chavta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shtavat kodeshecha be'ahava u'b'ratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Take a sip. Drink up. Chug, chug, chug. Yeah, the whole chug.
It's okay.
You don't have to drink the whole thing, but you're welcome to.
It literally has your name on it.
It
Definitely.
has your name on it. It's good, right? You guys can sit down. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
We continue in the handout, Psalm 95, number 3, right in the middle. Join together. We haven't sung either of the next two? Fun. So these next two are psalms we sing each week, but we're singing a different verse of these psalms. And the next one is a really powerful image. I think especially for today, the world we are in post October 7th. If you look at the translation there, it's surrounded by dense clouds. Righteousness and justice are the base of the heavenly throne. Which means that it's hard to see righteousness and justice. It's not obvious, it's not a clear sky. Surrounded in fog, like as if you're in a cloud, is this throne that's built on justice and righteousness. It kind of describes the world as it is. It's not easy to look out the window and see justice and righteousness. It's actually quite easy to just focus on the negative when we drive around town, because there's so much of it. Or when we read the news, or when we look at social media. We're not like, wow, look at that throne of righteousness and justice. I just heard a few college students speak about their experience on campus, and I'm watching on social media as this stuff at Columbia happens, and I'm thinking about one of the students that was from Columbia who basically said that you never get anything good covered. It's just constant bad, over and over again. It's all we see. We don't see any of the good happening on campus. In fact, what I saw this morning was not even on campus. It was outside of Columbia's campus, and everyone said, look at that horrible Columbia campus. So even when it's not on campus, it's still looking for the negative. Always. It's what we do. And it's why it's so important to find ways in which we can train ourselves to look for the positive, to look for the good, to try and get to the point in which we can see the throne of justice and righteousness. Tzedek u'mishpat. This week we read Parshat Mitzorah, and Parshat Mitzorah is a parsha that is really exciting if you like skin diseases. But Tzorah is not defined as a illness the way that we think of illnesses today. It's kind of a spiritual ailment that comes if you do some things that God doesn't like. And it's not just a skin ailment, but an ailment that can affect fabric and houses. And the cure for it is isolation and some kind of repentance, some kind of ritual that makes you atone for whatever it is that got you to where you were. It's a interesting ritual because we don't usually think of, especially in modern theology, of diseases as being connected to the way we behave in the world. We actually distinctly don't say that. That is not most of our theologies today. I did not have cancer because I did something wrong, right? That's a little toxic. But in our Torah this week, we're thinking about the ways. Do we have enough chairs? Okay, great. Mitzorah helps us understand that when things go wrong, there's a ritual that we can enact to help make things a little better. Ritual can help us find the righteousness and the tzedek and the mishpat and the justice. Okay? And I think that might seem obscure to you, so I want to offer you another option, which is the Passover Seder. How is it that in all of the noise of social media and the news and our friends and our not friends and everything we see on TV, how do we cut through that noise and see what truly matters? Sure, in the ancient world, they may have killed birds and atoned for their sins and other animals. But we have the Passover Seder, which is a ritual that helps us remember what's important, right? For each of us, we're going to come away from the Seder perhaps with slightly different lessons. But we're going to tell the same story. We're going to think about how we overcame oppression, how there is oppression in our world. And we're going to come out a little renewed. Like, oh, I've been scrolling on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter or my news feed or whatever it is, and it's a rabbit hole to nowhere except sadness. And now we have a ritual in which we say, put your phones away, gather with your friends and family, the most important people in your lives, and do this ritual that reminds you what's important. To fight for justice in the world. To remember that even in the darkest times we overcame oppression and hatred. That captives are eventually freed. Right? So, in our world today, it's really hard to look out the window and see tzedek u'mishpat, justice and righteousness. But the Seder helps us. It's a ritual, and we have many of them that help us refocus. And so I encourage you to drink the wine at the table, all of it, to engage, to put your phones away on Monday night, or whenever it is you're doing a Seder. I know we Reformed Jews are loosey-goosey with when we do Seders these days, but whenever you're doing it, put the phone away, focus on the people in front of you, ask questions like you're a 7-year-old, engage in the ritual, because it's such an important reminder, perhaps more important, at least in my life, than ever, to seek, to be refreshed of a vision of what tzedek u'mishpat looks like. It's so hard to find in our daily lives. And so this year more than ever, lean in to the wine and this ritual. We need it. So as we sing this next, I intentionally didn't focus on the second part of the song that Eitan did when he walked into my office this morning. Fires the vanguard, burning up foes on every side. We're going to sing that part, but just pretend you don't understand the Hebrew. We're going to focus on the tzedek u'mishpat.
So that's the second half of the song, the fire.
Just the last little bit.
Yeah, if you want to turn it positive, it's our enemies being burned up. But you know, Pharaoh or God has that famous midrash that says that when the angels are celebrating the drowning of the Egyptians in the sea, that he accosts them for celebrating. Why? How could you celebrate the drowning of my creatures? And so, while this might make us feel good, I prefer to focus on the first verse, this Shabbat and this Pesach, because there's been too much war and violence and damage, way too much this year. And so we can focus on the redeeming qualities, the Shabbat and this Pesach. So we join together in a new song. It's the words are a little weird, but I'm going to encourage you to just lean in, make mistakes. The other day I was singing an Arabic song. I had no idea what I was saying, none. But I tried really hard. I found out later that I was singing all the wrong things, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was singing. That's what mattered. So please sing with us.
Anan ba'arafel seviva.
Zedek
Bob Marley would have liked that one.
Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Kol Adonai Alamayim El HaKavod Irim. Adonai Almayim Rabim. 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 Adonai Almayim Rabim.
We turn now to the Kabbalists, to Lechadodi, greeting Shabbat like we greet a bride. The hours of Shabbat are as special, sacred, holy as a bride on their wedding day. We don't often treat Shabbat hours quite like we treat a bride on their wedding day. But this song helps us remember the ideals of what Shabbat is. Truly set aside time every week for us to recharge. And so we sing together, and in the last verse, we rise and face the entrance. And we don't greet an actual bride, but we do greet the hours of Shabbat with that reverence, with that awe, with that holiness set aside for us to recharge. We join together in Lechadodi.
Adonai גוי ושלום, אז הרף בלה, גם בשמחה ובשורה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלב, בואי
Take a moment and say hi to those around you. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
We've got a saxophone player.
Thank you for asking.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Leshalom.
We turn now to Moses' prayer for his sister Miriam, healing from a skin disease called Sarat that we read about. But a book later in the Torah, in the book of Numbers, we get these words, these pleadings of Moses to God. All the nas you see in there are pleases, yearnings. So we see Anna, Elna, Rafana, La. Please, God, please heal her. Can we take a moment now to bring the names of our loved ones who need a prayer of healing this Shabbat into our hearts, or we can share their names out loud if you're comfortable. And we'll go around the circle now and share those names we're thinking about this Shabbat. Start over here.
Jim Gibson.
Savannah Owens.
Deep breath.
Helen Pearl.
Janet Batsady.
Testimony, Jeremy?
Ann Susan.
Monica Lyons.
Michael.
Marsha. Sam Russo, Joan and Emma, Russell Klein. Barbara Seaman, Gloria Turner, and Richard Christian. Barbara Seaman. May I interject?
After the prayer.
I thought it was appropriate before, but okay.
No, I'm thinking about my Uncle Andy. My Uncle Ian. And all those whose names we don't know, we bring into our hearts that need healing this Shabbat. Of body, of mind, of soul. We know many are hurting in the world, and we pray for the healing of all. We join together in these words of Moses' prayer together.
This will give the announcements. Nobody's paying attention.
You're on?
Jim.
That would have been my third guess.
sure it was somebody else.
There's a few here tonight.
Which is good. Which is good.
I'm Al Corey. I'm on the Board of Trustees. Shabbat Shalom.
And who's this?
And this is Naomi Diamond.
Oh.
Tomorrow, Saturday, April 20th, join us via Zoom for tour studying. Tour cafe. At 9:30.
Mazel tov to Jaden and his family as he becomes bar mitzvah tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m.
On Sunday, April 21st.
Louder.
On Sunday, April 21st, we will have our Zionism
Yeah, it's a class.
101 via Zoom at 10 a.m.
I'll be there too.
The ECC and Temple office will be closed on Monday, April 22nd and Tuesday, April 23rd for Pesach. Chag Sameach, everyone.
Next Friday, 26th, will be Shabbat celebration at 6:30 p.m. followed by dinner discussing
Yep.
ethics.
Ethics.
Ethics of preparation.
Al gave you the hard one.
At 7:30 p.m.
Our gala is just around the corner and will be taking place on May 11th. We hope you will join us for a wonderful evening. We're still looking for auction items, so think of us when you are at your favorite restaurant and enjoying your favorite activity.
All of this information as well, links to RSVP to any of our events can be found in our weekly shout list. Thank you for joining this evening.
Shabbat Shalom.
And Mayor Phil Brock will be joining us next Friday night. He's making a tour of houses of worship, and he was with us last Thursday, kind of last minute. We had this one more planned. And hope to see you for the conversation about the ethics of reparations. Feels appropriate around Pesach. So hope to see you there. So you might notice that the last page looks a little different than you have been used to. And that's because there's three things we're going to do in number 9. We're going to say Kaddish for those who are mourning this Shabbat. Then Eitan and I are going to show you something that is really special and meaningful, which is the first larger set of text. And then we're going to finish in a familiar, slow to rise, upbeat way that we end Shabbat with Oseh Shalom and a prayer of peace. But first we say Kaddish together, and then we will remain standing for the rest of the service. This Shabbat, we're thinking of Dora Brenner, the mother of Elena Gweller. We're thinking of Forrest Cole, the father of Marlene Cole. Thinking of Richard Comas, the brother of Toby Comas Daniels. Edith Gebbia, the aunt of Ted Roth. Barbara Gordon, the mother of Cliff Newman. Molly Oppenheim, the mother of Bill Oppenheim. Patricia Owens, the mother of Kelly Simon. Mel Richmond, the stepfather of Brendan Schulweiss. Frida Taylor, the grandmother of Marilyn Weiner. And Sidel Willis, the mother-in-law of Rachel Levin. Is anyone else observing Yardside and like to share a name?
Philip Charles Schwartz, my father.
Bonnie Greenfield.
Jim Turner.
Yeah, Jim Turner. And Rachel Murphy's dad.
Andy Klein.
We rise together as we take those names into our heart. We join together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalau Bizman Kari Vimru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mivarach Le'alam Lamei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kudusha Brichu. Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran V'yama V'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Osei Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru. Amen. May our loved one's life continue to bring us joy and light our path forward, and we say, Amen. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudsha berichu. Birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Odea miran be'alma Ve'imeru amen. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitbar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh ve'yitadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal shemei dekudsha berichu. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Next month, we'll have the music.
Next month.
For that last one.
Where'd it come from?
It comes from a congregation that has a very similar ethos, I would say. Now, what's the name of it? It's a congregation.
But American.
But American. Out of New York.
Out of New York?
Yes.
What congregation is that?
It's not a congregation. It's like it is a community, but it's a group called Hadar, and it's
Where did those things come from?
yeah. They do a lot of learning. They're like an Egalton Orthodox community, and there's a
The guy who's in the center of it all composed.
it's called the Rising Song Collective now.
Rising Song Institute.
It's part of Hadar, so they like created this amazing thing as part of it.
We started calling it the Scottish Cottage.
We sang
The Scottish Cottage. It has a Scottish kind of.
Wait, which the funny part is that the recording of
the
it is
cottage that you did.
It's so funny because the original recording, it's full Ashkenaz pronunciation.
Oh,
Listen to it and what it sounds like.
that is so funny.
I had to adapt my learning of it, and the music is written out in Ashkenaz.
We can actually hear bagpipes in it. And
It'll go great into Flower of Scotland.
oh, it's just great.
We were like back and forth whether we were going to do it tonight or not, and we decided sort of last minute that we were. So next month we'll have music. Oh, hamotzi, Rabbi. The people want to eat bread.
Oh, you can't even look at you, such well-behaved Jews.
We got Jaden back up here?
Wow, look at that table.
Yeah. You want to bring Jaden back up?
You want to say the blessing, even though you can't hear?
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All
right. Now Shabbat Shalom.
You met the staff. How could you, Rabbi?
I was so focused on that Kiddushah, that Kaddish.